I'm getting high, closer to my dream. I'm getting higher, higher.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be working out of the new Morphe 35M eyeshadow palette. This palette releases on the 18th of September. Is it September? September. So fairly soon. It is the 14th, I believe. The 17th. So it releases in 2 days. So if this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it releases Wednesday. So you'll see this video on a Tuesday. So that way you guys will have enough time to decide whether or not you want this palette, decide, you know, what you want to do, things like that. But this is what this palette looks like. And this palette is so gorgeous, and of course I'm drawn to the first two rows, which are the greens. Like there's like super bright greens, and then you've got some purples down here at the bottom, some oranges, and also a matte black and some rose, kind of like pinky red kind of colors. So this palette has pretty much everything you could need in an eyeshadow palette, in the sense of you have some transition shades on both sides, you have some greens, you have some purples and some pinks. So you can create a lot of different colors in this palette. It does seem like this palette was something that Morphe did create, because you guys know that Morphe, at least they were before they got a new investor and got new owners, whatever it may be, they were a private label brand. So like they would take palettes that are already created, put their name on it, you know, maybe name some shades, things like that, and go about their business. But even this palette is a lot different than the last palette. It's a lot thicker. I wouldn't say thicker, I would say a little more like luxe, like a little more like luxe feeling, I would say. So it's definitely, it's a square, so it doesn't have like the rounded edges or anything like that. Let me grab my 3502 palette to show you guys the difference between the palettes, but this one is definitely a little more heavy, a little more sturdy, so I would feel safe taking this with me to Hawaii, and I wouldn't be in fear of any of the shades shattering or anything like that on the airplane. So this is the 3502 and this is the 35M. So we can kind of see the difference with the palettes. The 3502 is a little bit larger. I'll put them in front of each other. A little bit larger and definitely a lot more rounded. This is how this one sounds. And this is how this one sounds. Kind of sounds the same, but this one just feels a little heavier. If I may say so. It just feels a little bit better to me. So I think I'm gonna do an olive green kind of look. I'm gonna work out of the greens at the top of this palette to create this look. I really kind of want to work with like the brighter greens, but I'm like, no, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I put on this olive green top thinking that I would do like an olive green, like smoky eye type look, but like I literally don't know what I want to do. So and these, like this color right here, oh, it does come with a shade name, a shade sheet that comes over the top. It's like a film. I always take my shade sheets and tape them to the side of my palette, so that way when I'm doing a look I can just say, oh, light of the party is right here, so I'll just tape them so I know the correlation between the two. Excuse me. And that way when I'm doing a tutorial or when I'm explaining it to you all can follow along using the same shades. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, this color right here is calling my name too, but I just did, oh, not that one, this one right here. I just did a look like doing a similar kind of like bronzy golden type look, so like I don't want to do that. I don't know. I am going to take Peachy Keen first, right here. It's like a, it's kind of like a mustard color. It's not really like a warm kind of shade. I'm taking the JH30 brush. This is my favorite transition shade, and this is going to go into the upper crease. But yeah, as you can see, this is a little more of like a mustard kind of color, like a, no, it's more of like a, what is that color? That like peanut butter kind of color. So I'm just going to dust this. This is going to be my base. I am going to go in with a little bit of Fired Up right here. It's a little more orange. This is like an orange. I'm taking this tiniest bit. I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm going to just use this to warm up that previous shade just a teensy-weensy bit, just not too much, and make sure that I focus this all the way in the crease, just for a nice kind of like muted transition shade. Mixing the two gives a nice shade because this one, Peachy Keen, is just a little too peanut buttery for me, and Fired Up is a little too orange for me. So when I mix the two, they give a nice shade. Like it gives like a nice little, it gives a nice shade. So now I'm gonna take the JH34 and take Nude Tude. I don't know why this is called Nude Tude. It's like your standard like olive green color, and it's like a pukey kind of color. And I don't know if this is gonna show up too well, but I'm gonna put this into the crease. Yeah, it's not showing up like that olive green, but I wonder if I just keep working it up if it will. But I wanted this to be a transition shade, but I think I'm just gonna end up going right in with Green with Envy right here. And as you all can see, you can see like the kickback on the palette. There is kickback on the palette. I'm gonna take Green with Envy and just go over where I went in with Nude Tude and start to work that into the outer edge and the crease. I don't know if I want to do like a halo eye. I don't know what I want to do, y'all. I don't know. Because last night I was thinking like, do a halo eye today and call it a day, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. I am using a very light pressure, and I'm still working out in this outer V, building this color up because I don't want to go too far in and make this color too intense. So I'm going to keep this out into the outer V. And I mainly wanted to work with these palettes right away because I'm going to be on vacation. And if anybody likes to buy Morphe or, you know, whatever it may be, I wanted to make sure that I had looks up using the palettes before I went on vacation. So that way you guys can see them, work with them. They are pretty affordable and you get a lot of shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you get 35. Obviously, it's called 35M. You get 35 shades in a palette for about $23, I believe it is, usually. So, you get a nice bang for your buck. So, that's why I wanted to showcase these palettes right away. So, I always go back in with the previous brush and previous color just to go over the top, make sure the two are nice and blended. And I am going to add some black to this look. It is called Black Magic right at the bottom of the palette, and I think I'm just gonna, I don't know what brush I'm gonna use. I think I'll just use the pencil brush. This is the JH38, and just take that in this outer edge. Most of my blacks out of my Morphe palette always break. I'm hoping that's not the case with this palette, but they generally usually break and it's super annoying. But this black is just gonna add some definition, some smokiness to the eye. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the Green with Envy color and just go over the top just to blend the two together. This palette does have a lot of kickback in the pan. So if that's a no-no for you, this palette has it. I'm going to use this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea spray, setting spray, just to spray my brush. And then I'm going to use that to go over the top. So I have a nice tacky, wet base, and it gives a nice foiled look. And of course, take more of Green with Envy on the outer edge and just use that to smoke it. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of Black Magic, because that was the outer V color, and also use that to feather with the green so it all blends together. And because this has some pink reflects, I'm actually going to go in with a pink gel eyeliner from Dose of Colors, but let me go ahead and grab that. So I'm going to take Sleepover from Dose of Colors. It's like a pretty like mauve-y pink kind of shade, and I'm going to take a Sigma E30 or E65 winged liner brush or a small angle brush and just do a wing liner. Alright, so I applied the liner, and then I'm just going to clean up the outer edge a little bit with concealer and do my face and pop on lashes, and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to apply the same eyeliner on my lower lash line, the same sleepover liner. If I can find the brush. Okay, I'm going to apply this into my waterline. Definitely different. Definitely different. And then I'm just going to take and repeat the same shades on the top or on the bottom as I had on the top. But instead, I'm going to use this JH40 brush because the other brush is just a little too large for my liking for my lower lash line. But I'm just going to keep that nice and smoky on the lower lash line. This look kind of turned out to be kind of like watermelon-y. Didn't mean for that to happen, but we're gonna go with it. We'll call it like Watermelon Dream or something. I don't know. I've never done pink and green together, but it does complement each other pretty well. And then I do want to take more of the black on that pencil brush, which I don't, oh, there it is. Some more Black Magic on the pencil brush and just keep that right underneath of the lash line. I don't want to apply too much of this because I don't want it to be too much black. I just kind of want it to give a little bit of definition. And then just smoke it out with this one. This is my favorite brush out of this one and this one. These are my two favorite brushes out of the Jaclyn Hill collection, the JH30 and the JH40. These are my two favorites. I love this one. You can use this in the crease. You can use this on the lower lash line. You could do pretty much any and everything with it. And then the JH30 or JH30, yeah, is just so fluffy. It's just really, really nice. And finally, for inner corner, I think I'm just going to take Life of the Party right here at the top. It's kind of like a champagne kind of color. And just pop that in the inner corner. I might actually go over this. Yeah, I'm going to go over this with Soulmate, which is the Dose of Colors I Love Sarahi highlighter. This is what I have on my cheeks and everything. And this is just a little more golden. And yeah, it just looks a little less frosty. And for lips, I think I'm going to do something like mauve-y. So I'm going to take this Clean Color lip liner in brown and just line my lips first. I always use a brown lip liner no matter what. And then I'm going to take this Dose of Colors lip gloss in the shade Seriously. This is like a mauve kind of color. Really pretty. I don't think I even need to add the other one. But I think I am gonna take a little bit of the Dose of Colors I Love Sarahi Barely There lip gloss and just, where is this? Yeah, this is I Love Sarahi, and just put that in the center. Alright, you guys, so that wraps up the look. What do you guys think? What do you think? I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, let me know if you'll be purchasing this palette. This palette will be live on Morphe Brushes website. And then the other one will go live on Ulta's website and Ulta's store, which I'll be doing a look with a little bit later. So thank you all so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you guys very soon. Mwah. Bye.